Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion from my Never Let Go movie review. And if this is your first time finding me and you happen to like the video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. You know, to be honest, I don't like when I have to do this, bring out a bottle of bleach to wash away all of the nastiness of the latest horrible film or television streaming show. But that time has come again. It's been a while, but my tolerance has gone up and I don't think this is gonna cut it anymore. We have to step some things up. Good old gasoline. I can imagine that this is gonna be pretty difficult to go down. So thank you very much, Halle Berry. I do appreciate it. Well, Never Let Go is the latest film being released by Miss Halle Berry, and I'm a big fan of Halle. I have been since the 90s. She will always hold a special place in my heart as a fan. Now, this is being directed by Mr. Alexandre Aja, and I've seen a couple of his films before, or at least one. If we scroll down and just look at his filmography, he did High Tension in 2003, and also The Hill Has Eyes, and I did like both of those films. He also did Crawl in 2019, also Piranha 3D. Actually, I've seen 4 of his movies, and I liked all of these. There was a twist at the end of High Tension, spoilers coming, and I liked it. I didn't see the twist coming, but you know, if you look at his filmography, he seems like he's gonna, he's a pretty good director. So, I had my expectations for this at least mediocre, especially with it being Halle Berry. Like I said, I am a fan of hers. And when you look at the trailer for this movie, it seems like it could be promising. It also seems like there could be a really disappointing ending towards the end if it just doesn't pay off. And of course, we're gonna be talking about that. But knowing the director, knowing it's Halle Berry, she's in the woods, kind of a horror thriller. That is what this movie is being described as a drama horror thriller. I was saying to myself, hey, I'm gonna give it a shot. This seems like it could be pretty good, pretty decent. I'm hoping so. But before I get into all the nitty gritty, before I talk about all my likes and dislikes, let me tell you exactly what this film Never Let Go is all about. A family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years. Their safety and their surroundings comes into question when one of the children questions if the evil is real. Now, guys, you probably already know how I feel about this film from my intro, from the title of the video, and also the thumbnail. But let me go ahead and knock out the things that I did actually like about this film. One being is the music and or score. That is being done by Hillary Holmes. It says they're the music executive in the music department for this film. Just gonna highlight it right there. And I thought that was great, especially with the way that the film was opening up with the opening credits. And usually I'm not a fan of opening credits. I think it's a waste of time. 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine, in my opinion, has the best opening credit in cinematic history. Mind you, I have not seen every film, but not only was it opening credits, but it also told a great story that was the origin of Wolverine, the origin of Logan. Usually, I just don't like those. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of my also favorite films. The only reason I did not give that movie a perfect 10 out of 10 because it was just opening credits. Just a bunch of names flashing on the screen with colors in the background, just a waste of screen time to me. So I really don't like that. But with this film, Never Let Go, you had wide shots, bird eye views of the woods, of the forest, with the names popping up, and just the way that the film was edited during that opening scene with the music, with the score. It was really captivating. It drew me in. I was like, I am ready to get on this journey, this adventure with Halle Berry and her family trying to fight off these evil spirits. Let's go. So at the very beginning of this movie and throughout, the music, the composition, the score, I thought was great. Best thing of the movie. Everything else, we can transition to some things that I did not like. I didn't like anything else about the movie. This movie was horrible. This movie was dreadfully awful. One of the worst movies of 2024 and one of the worst movies of Halle Berry that I've ever seen. I do not understand what happened, why her filmography as far as quality of the film seems to go down. I did not see the latest Netflix movie she had with, I think, Mark Wahlberg. I wanted to check it out, but there's just so much to see. So you guys could let me know in the comment section if that was good or not. But this movie was just not good at all. And one of the main reasons I feel that way is I don't like to see people get haunted and tortured or abused, manipulated, or neglected for no apparent reason. And that seems like the main plot point or through line for this whole movie, and it just really makes me uncomfortable. One of the other things that I did not like about this movie is it relies on two children actors to tell the whole story or to get the point across, and there's just no payoff at the end. Now that can work if the actors, if the performers, entertainers are actually pretty good, but they're not. These characters are Anthony B. Jenkins by the name of Samuel and his brother played by Percy Daggs IV, and his name is Nolan. During the first act of this film, there is a lot of narration by these two characters, and for me, I just could not attach myself to them. It was very annoying. It felt like they was reading lines off of a page. Just didn't seem natural and organic words to always use when they were giving their dialogue. I also did not like their characters at all either. They're brothers. They're going to bicker. They're going to fight. They're going to get into it every once in a while. That has always happened between siblings in the history of time, and it will always pan out that way. But one of the brothers would do a nefarious activity or two. I did not like him for it. There was huge repercussions, consequences, and it just really put a bad taste in my mouth, saying, I just don't like this character. You're not anybody that I can root for. And then towards the end, I kind of feel like he just took on this evil persona and took a shift, and there was just really no explanation to that either. I just didn't like his character. I did not like Halle Berry's character either. I forgot her name. I tried to look it up, but it's not populated here. And to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter. Again, look, Halle Berry, you have everybody else's name here, but you don't have hers. I don't know why. Maybe that's a typo. Maybe I could have looked it up somewhere else. But I don't like Halle Berry either in this film. She is delusional. She is crazy. She has lost her damn mind, and her family is having to suffer for it. Two little boys, and it makes me uncomfortable. That's just not anything that I want to see when I'm going to the theater. When I go to the movie theater, I want to escape. I want to go on an adventure. I want to see the best action scene I possibly can see, or also solve a puzzle, a mystery that has me scratching my head. But if I'm going to a film to see characters be tortured and humiliated and go through just a whole bunch of BS, and also, in my opinion, that's not necessary, I want a payoff at the end. I want justice to be served, and that does not happen in this film at all. It just gets worse. The situation gets worse and worse and worse as the film progresses, and when the credits hit, I'm just like, okay, what was the point of all this? There's no explanation. This whole thing was just a ridiculous waste of time, and I want my money back even though I saw this for free. Another thing that I did not like about this film were the few jump scares. They were really annoying and childish, and I would see if it was kind of tied in to the characters and what they had going on screen, like maybe somebody's dreaming or having a nightmare or hallucinating or something like that. But it wouldn't be. It was as if the film was trying to make the audience seem like we were dreaming or hallucinating, and then a jump scare will come out of nowhere. And I was saying, what did they have to do with the plot or the characters that you're showing us on screen? It really doesn't add up. That was jarring and just kind of stupid. And also some of the lingering horror moments that weren't jump screens, like if someone sees a ghost or some other type of haunting figure floating around in the forest or the woods. At first, it seemed a bit creepy, but then became comical, like someone trying to be funny or make a joke, and it's just not landing. You're like, okay, I get it now, and you can move on, but they're just sitting there just like, now, if I saw somebody doing that, a ghost, a ghoul, a demon, or something from far away, I'm not gonna lie. It would scare the crap out of me. I would probably piss or crap my pants, and I would be running away in fear, especially with they have black stuff coming all out of them. I would be running like my head was chopped off. However, if that lingering figure caught up to me and was just hovering over my body. And they're not doing anything. I think I would have enough sense. A light bulb will go off in my head like, wait a minute, this is not a threat. Let me pick up something and knock the head off all the way across the fence or something like that. That's just what I'm thinking about doing when I was watching the movie if I was in these character situations, but they don't do that. They're just, oh my God, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. This is silly. And that's why one of the children started to wake up. In the synopsis of this film, I read like, wait a minute, their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the children questions if the evil is even real. So I'm not spoiling anything for you, okay? It's in the plot, it's in the trailer. Just after a while, you're kind of thinking none of this makes any sense. And also the movie is just gross. It's just nasty. I'm just sitting here like, my gosh, y'all have to do this to survive. I'd rather die or be in prison or be there than watch this movie anymore. This movie also comes in at 1 hour and 44 minutes, but it feels like it was longer than Titanic and Avengers Endgame combined. The movie is also boring as hell. I know I already said that I don't like the children. One just went off on the deep end, just started being cruel and mean and evil to anybody that just showed up, and that was unnecessary. Me personally, I just don't like characters being taken advantage of or people just being treated unfairly, and none of that. And that's all throughout this movie on both sides, people flipping back and forth to each side. It's just crazy, carnage, ridiculous. Everybody's hair is nappy as hell. It's just, it was so many unnecessary things going on in this movie to where I'm just wondering why. And again, there is no payoff. They tried to pay it off. They tried to come back and be like, you thought this was going on, but this over here is going on. But I'm like, are you serious? This makes the movie worse. And again, they actually tried to explain things 2 or 3 times in this film, but it just did not work for me. And it was just boring. It was a waste of time. It was ridiculous. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like Halle. I didn't like the boys. I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the horror elements. I didn't like anything in this movie but the music. This was a piece of trash. And actually, you know, I got to keep it real over here. I'm gonna backtrack real quick. While I did not like this movie overall, real talk, and I said I only like the score and the composition, music, all that, even though I still hated Halle Berry's character, if I thought about it, her acting was actually pretty good. It was pretty decent. You know, now that my emotions have died down, I mean, I can say that her performance was actually quite good. Her character still sucks, and so does this movie, but the acting, you know, it was pretty good, like I said. And I don't understand Miss Halle Berry. I mean, my goodness, I'm a fan, ma'am. You have so many credits. You have 60, I thought there would be more than 62, but I like majority of your films, and I always give you a chance, but this one right here is just not it. Ma'am, it's just not it. Now, why do you want to end your career? Like, it's like you want to retire, or you're like mad at the public, like, hey, here's a shitty movie for you guys. Since you didn't like my last movie, are you mad at us because we didn't like Catwoman? I don't know. And I just don't understand like what happened here. Like, I don't want to see my sister go out like this because she is very, very talented, in my opinion. You may not feel that way, but I do. And you know what's also funny, guys? Don't listen to me. You can listen to everybody else. Right before I hit record on this video, I said, I wonder what everybody else feels about this movie. If you look on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 75%. I was shocked. I was thinking it was going to have a 13 or below 5, but no. You have 16 reviews. And I'm going to put mine up here as well. And it's other people that like this movie. Other people that like this movie. And some of these 16 critics I respect. And I'm just kind of flabbergasted, you know, so y'all can go check that out. But don't listen to me, guys. This is just my opinion, okay? That's the point of this channel. That's, you know, hey, you may like it, and I may not like it, vice versa. This is just my opinion. So go see it for yourself. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. I'm just giving you my take, my perspective on this. I thought this movie was just one of the worst things ever, unfortunately, and it's just a damn shame. I will go ahead and give my rating for this at the very end, but for now, guys, that is just my opinion, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping me reach my next milestone of 75,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. All those are levels of engagement that will help promote this video on YouTube throughout the algorithm. So if I had to rate Never Let Go out of a 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give this film a 1 out of 10. Yes, a 1 out of 10, and that's probably because the one thing I liked about this film was the music, the score, the composition. Other than that, guys, No, this is a stinker. This sucks big time balls. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.